Good morning, Powur Hitters. My name is Jarrett McAllister, your mentor and co-host, alongside my main man, Jonathan Bernasso. What's up, player? How are you?
Good morning. Happy 4th of July, Powur family.
Straight up. Do you have a good day celebrating your independence?
Absolutely. 4th of July in Vegas. I'm a little bit under the weather. But yeah, energy independence, giving people independence, getting them off the grid. I mean, I just love what we do. How was your 4th?
It was incredible. We set a goal to come out to North Idaho and spend our 4th of July on the lake in Coeur d'Alene, and we saw a show like we've never seen before. They know how to party.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was great.
What do we got today?
Looking forward to today's meeting. We have the wonderful Kiara is going to do a killer training on recruiting. So super stoked on that.
You have any success stories, Jarrett, for you or the team?
You know what? I got a little one over this weekend. It was kind of quiet for me, really celebrating this weekend, spending time with the family. But my man Brian, who's on the call, I actually see him. He's driving right now. Keep your eyes on the road, Brian. He actually linked up with me. He reached out to me, and we had a call with someone who I think he was like knocking on doors for Tesla originally, then went to Vivint, little bait and switch action. We did a 3-way. I showed him how we get down over here at Powur, and I believe he just joined. Is that correct, Brian?
Oh, yes, sir. Not only did he join, he's already got his first deal on the hopper.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
And he's got four more to follow it up with.
Very
excellent.
Great teamwork, Jarrett and Brian.
Thank you so much, Jared, for being available, because it was something that I needed to do on short notice, and you jumped right in and helped out. And thank you, Jonathan, and also Chris, for helping out yesterday with making sure that he got the info he needed on the financing to get this deal going. So appreciate everybody.
Good teamwork. It's one of the things I love about Powur here. We got mentors, leaders, mentees, whatever you need. Reach out to your leadership. We'll make it happen.
Straight up.
Anybody else like to share a success story? Don't be
Hey,
shy.
Jonathan, this is LB.
LB, hey, from Texas.
Yes, I have one recruit from Ohio and one from Denver, Colorado. So I'm excited.
That's great. Congrats, LB. You've only been here not even a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
And you went to an in-person appointment with Keenan as well, right?
Yep, we did.
What's he like? A lot of energy?
Yeah. He's one of the great mentor.
That's awesome, LB. Well, congrats to you. Glad to have you here. Can't wait to see you build a team and close a lot of deals.
Awesome. Thank
Congrats,
you.
man.
Michael Cheatham closed a 16 kilowatt deal. Awesome.
I was just going to shout him out, Jonathan. Yeah, Michael's been crushing it, doing really well. He's going to hit mentorship probably this month. So he's doing great.
Awesome.
Very cool. Good job, guys. Anyone else feel compelled? One more. Real quick. Anybody? No? All right, well, let's move on. I know there's a ton of success stories out there. Jarrett, appreciate you. Mr. Mentor, California and Idaho, holding it down. Thank you, sir. All right, so let's get into today's training. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, the Powur Hitters, anyone in Powur can jump on this training, and they all go on my YouTube. So there's lots of valuable trainings there. But I get to introduce Kiara, who is a very valuable asset to Powur. She's only been here maybe over 4 months, barely. And already she has over 30 people in her organization, total team size. Sounds like you're about to get your 5th mentor on your team alone. I mean, that's true passive income. You don't have to build a team here. You can just sell some deals and be very successful. But if you want to build a team, if you want to become a mentor, if you want to have passive income and sell deals, that really is the way to earn a lot here and help a lot of people in return. So team building is something that we do, attracting others to join. And Kiara is one of the best here. She was just on her own Power Hour on stage with Jay Bud here, rocking this killer white suit, and on the rock climbing wall with Cynthia Elvidra. So Kiara, we're excited to have you. We appreciate you sharing some nuggets and value today, and welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be helping you all grow your business. Just kind of a little background on myself. So a big reason why I was attracted to Powur not only was because of the value we're able to offer our clients, but because of the ability to build a sales organization. And I've always really been passionate about leadership. Grew up playing sports, was always a captain of our teams. And I just really get a lot of self-actualization out of helping other people. And so not only can we help homeowners, right, go solar, be green, help the planet, but Powur has the awesome platform where we can help other consultants increase, their quality of life and just day-to-day operations. So like Jonathan said, I've had a good amount of success with building an organization, and I'm just going to give you my secrets to success on this call. So if you guys are ready, I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll just dive right in.
Let's do it.
Awesome. So today we're going to be talking about how to recruit top sales talent to build your sales force. If you guys want to connect with me on Instagram, I'm always posting helpful tips on there as well. I'm an open book. Whatever questions you guys have, please use me as a resource. Today, so there's 4 different milestones, if you will, in order to build a successful organization at Powur. And they're broken down here. So I'll share this slide with Jonathan, who can share it with you guys afterwards. But the first step is you want to connect. And I'll talk about the 2 tools we use to connect with potential sales consultants. Once you've connected with them using Octopus and LinkedIn, which I'll explain what those 2 things are and how they work together, we then want to start a conversation with them. So we message them, and I'll share with you guys the exact message template I use in order to get that conversation started. And then what you want to do is invite them to a call. And the purpose of this call is really just to build rapport, and then in turn, share the value of Powur with them, and then hopefully train them up to be successful on the platform. And if you take nothing else away from today's training, the one piece of advice I have for you all is build relationships. Don't focus so much on, oh, let me get someone to sign up to my team and blah, blah, blah. That should not be your focus. Your focus should be, how can I help this person increase value in their life? How can I add more value to their current situation? Whether it's their personal situation, their work-life balance, how can Powur be a solution to their problems? So build relationships, take time to get to know the people you're having these meaningful conversations with. Alrighty. So there's 2 tools specifically that I have used. And now I've, offloaded these tasks to a program called Lead Hero, which Jonathan will touch on. But if you want to just get started and kind of do this on your own, there's 2 tools you can use. And one is Octopus. It is a Chrome plugin. So just a disclaimer, this Octopus plugin will not work on an iPad. You have to download this plugin to Chrome on a laptop or computer. So we ran into that issue where some people work off of iPads. Unfortunately, Octopus will not work on an iPad. And then LinkedIn, most of you are familiar with LinkedIn. If you don't have LinkedIn, you can create a profile. I actually created one just for this training, just to show you that you can do this even with a brand new LinkedIn account. Alrighty. I'll drop the free trial link in the chat so you guys can try out Octopus, because there is paid plans. And I'll just tell you that you don't need to do the highest paying plan. I'm a member to the annual plan. I've committed to a year to this, but you can get away with just using the pro plan. And the features that you guys really need are the automated messages in bulk. Some of you guys may have received my messages. So just kind of shows you that it does work. What this does, guys, is this helps you capitalize on your time and use your time more efficiently. Instead of manually going through and auto connecting with each person, what Octopus does, it's a automation software. So it helps LinkedIn users simplify prospecting efforts, grow their business through automating all of this. So instead of manually going through and connecting with X, Y, and Z people, this will do that all for you. And so you can go and use your time elsewhere, selling deals, helping people go solar, et cetera. So I'm going to go over the back end now on how Octopus works and how you can use it in your business. And for the context of this training, we're talking about how to introduce Powur to other consultants, but you can also use Octopus to find maybe homeowners online and use that as a way to get referral-based business. So here's the back end, and on the left here, you can see there's these different titles. You have connect, message, visit, endorse. These are campaigns. So this is what we call a connector campaign. And within the connector campaign, you have multiple titles, if you will, or types of connection campaigns you can run. So for example, if I click Kagan Water, you can see there's all these people here under the connection campaign. When I enter in a value here, like 12 or 20, what it's going to do when I click launch is it's going to use my LinkedIn account to send a connection request to all of the people that are listed here on the right, specifically Kagan Water people. So you can see all of these people, for the most part, are distributors of Kagan Water. If I want to say target solar pros in the United States, I've exported this data from LinkedIn, pulled in here, which I will show you how to do in a second. But I just want to get you guys comfortable with how the back end of this works. So you pull data from LinkedIn into your Octopus CRM dashboard, and then you let Octopus do the heavy lifting for you. And you now launch these connection requests. Once you've sent the connection request, you've gone through the entire connection campaign. You can see I have 3,000 people I still need to send connection requests to, or in other words, Octopus needs to send connection requests to. Then you can start messaging these people. If you try and message people right after you've sent the connection request, you might get this error where it says not a first connection. The reason is people have to be a first level connection on LinkedIn in order for you to message them. This is a setting that LinkedIn has put in place. So the first goal in homework assignment, if I were to assign you guys homework, is connect with as many people as you can and wait for them to accept your connection request. And then you forward the people you've sent the connection request to the message campaign. Wait for them to be a first level connection, and then you launch now the message campaign. You can also do other tasks like visit. So, you know, when you're on LinkedIn and you get the notification says like, oh, this many people viewed your profile. You can actually have Octopus manually view people's profiles to create curiosity on their end. And then the same thing with endorse. So we all know that you can endorse others on LinkedIn, but who really wants to spend the time to go through and manually endorse everyone? So again, Octopus does all the heavy lifting. You can pick how many skills you want to endorse. You import the list of people you want to endorse, and then you click this button here. You type in how many people, launch, and now Octopus is automating those efforts. So again, Octopus is really used to automate your efforts so you can scale your business and your sales force in rapid time. If we go back here, we'll just talk about how do we find people on LinkedIn. So you're saying, okay, this is a cool tool, but how do I know who to look for, right? So there's a type of search called Bullion Searching. And basically it just is a search allowing users to combine keywords or modifiers to get certain results, such as and, not, or further produce different results, basically. And so this is all talking about connecting. So right now I'm going to show you how to enter in a certain search to find people you want to connect with. So here's an example of something you can search using Bullion search strategy to get certain results. So in your free LinkedIn account, you don't need to have a sales navigator, or you don't need to have a premium LinkedIn profile, although you will have more features available to you, and your search results will be of higher quality if you do have those premium profiles. But just assuming you're on a basic plan, I use this to give you guys an example. You can type in solar consultant and Texas. So what I'm telling LinkedIn is I want you to search all of LinkedIn for every solar consultant that is in Texas. And you can see I got 6,200 results. So 6,200 people are solar consultants and they're related to Texas somehow, okay? What you then do is you use the Octopus plugin, which is up here at the top right, to export that entire list to your Octopus CRM. So what you'll do is you want to make sure you're on the connector campaign. So this is highlighted in white. If you've titled your campaign, you want to make sure you're selecting the right campaign it's going to. Number 3, you leave blank, don't mess with that. And then how many profiles to send? You can send up to 1,000 at one time. So there was 6,000 search results. So you'll have to filter through a few pages, re-enter in 1,000, and it'll export those to your CRM, which is what I was just showing you on the back end. Once they're exported, you then can wait until they've accepted your message campaign. You go back into your network. So you're going back into LinkedIn, you're filtering your sections to my network, manage my network. So you want to do connections. You can see here, I just started this LinkedIn profile, only have 136 people, but that's still a good amount of data to work with. I'm going to export all of those first level connections now, plug in message campaign. Select the campaign, default campaign, how many profiles? Now that is sent to my messenger campaign. I'm going to take questions at the end because I understand this might be a little confusing. I'm just trying to show you all this with one run through while we get the recording. Now, talking about what to say once you're ready to message these people. The cool thing with Octopus is they can input code for you. So it auto-populates the person's name, position, company, etc. So when you get this recording, you can screenshot this and use this exact template once you're ready to message people. So it'll say, hi, first name. So this will be the first name of the person. So if I'm messaging Jonathan Bernasso, or if Octopus is messaging him on my behalf, it'll say, hi, Jonathan, nice to be connected. I see you work as a solar consultant for Powur. So it's filling in whatever is on their profile. Just curious, Jonathan, are you open to additional opportunities that can help you grow your business? So what Jonathan sees is, oh, Kiara reached out to me personally and is seeing if I'm happy in my current position or if I want more opportunities to earn. It's a personalized message to them. So now once you get the conversation going, let's say they respond to that initial message, you can, again, you're just building rapport, have a normal conversation. Most of us work in sales. We know how to build rapport. We do it with our homeowners. It's the same process with consultants or aspiring consultants for the Powur platform. So here's some questions you want to ask on your call with them. So don't get into explaining Powur in your message thread on LinkedIn. Just say, hey, you know, it would be awesome to hop on a call with you and see if we can work together, see if I can add value in your current situation. So here's some questions you can ask. You know, you want to ask them, how satisfied are you with your current position? Majority of people, and if you watched our Powur Live a couple of weeks ago or last week, you'll see that most people are not satisfied with their current position and they want a change. So you want to dig a little bit deeper and say, okay, what aren't you happy about with your current role? Some of them may say, oh, well, the operations process is super clunky, or they may say, I don't have good leadership, or, you know, there's no long-term plan for me to get off the doors. It could be a million things, right? And so you want to discover, what do they wish was better about their current situation, whether it be professional or personal. Do they want more time with their family, but they don't have the income to do that or afford to do that? And then you want to ask them, so what areas of your day-to-day do you wish were better? A lot of times when I ask this question, people say, oh, well, I'm tired of door knocking. I want to get off the doors. Okay, so how is Powur going to solve that problem? Well, we know with the mentorship program that Powur has to offer, and when you build your organization, you're mentoring deals from home where you don't necessarily need to go out and find your own leads as much as if you were to mentor team deals. So you're always thinking about, how can Powur solve a problem in their current situation? And then it's always important to ask, you know, what is your why? What are your passions? Most of us, I mean, for me, my why, yes, I love helping homeowners go solar and I love protecting the planet, but that's not why I do what I do. And that's not why I sell with Powur. For me, I want to give back to third world countries. not only have the financial resources to do so, but the time. And without Powur's revenue share program, I wasn't able to do that as much as I wanted to. So you want to ask them, like, what are you passionate about? What's your why? I know for some people, at least on my team, is they want more time with their family, or they want to be more involved with their kids' sports games or be a coach. But again, they can't afford to step away from their work to do those things because they don't have the income, for example. So figure out what their why is and how can Powur's 4 ways of earning and 4 different ways of leveraging the platform help them get to their why. And then you also want to talk about where do they see themselves in 3, 5, 10 years from now. Most people don't have a plan for the next 3 years. Some people don't even have a plan for the next month. You know, they're just desperate for some guidance. And so since you are the expert on the platform and you know how many different ways you can use Powur, right? Whether you're mentoring, you're building an organization, you're selling yourself, you're getting shares in the company. There's so many different ways that you can build and use the platform. And you just tell them all these different ways and you kind of pulse which option they're most interested, or if they're interested in all of them. So these are just some questions you want to ask. Again, just have a conversation. Your heart should be in a place where you want to help these people. You shouldn't be thinking of them as a number or someone you just want to recruit to add to your first level, if you will. You really have to have the passion to add value in these people's lives. And that's what's ultimately going to make you successful. So always position your company, opportunity, and the platform that Powur has created for us as the solution to whatever problems or hurdles they're facing, and you'll be successful. I want to open it up to some questions, but before we do, the last thing I'll say is you want to have a system and process in place for each person you bring in. So you want to set short-term and long-term goals. So for example, every time we onboard someone into my sales organization, we have a 14-day challenge, and that is for them to get their first sale within 14 days. But I'm not just saying, okay, get your first sale in 14 days, good luck. No, we're talking about how do we get them there? So if they're a door knocker, I ask them, how many doors do you need to knock to set an appointment that sits? If they say, oh, I have to knock 100 doors to get one appointment that sits, I'll say, okay, now let's take a look at the sitting ratio. If we know you have a 30% closing ratio, we need to shoot for 3 appointments, so 1 closes, right? So we're knocking the amount of doors, for example, to get those 3 appointments with the intention that 1 will close. So you're using what they currently know to help them reach their goals. That's what a good leader does. They assess their strengths and they work on those strengths. And so that's the first step. Once they get that first sale, you guys, that makes it real for them. So their focus and your focus as their leader should be, how do we get you your first sale? And if you're at the mentor status, you want to mentor that deal, make sure you're holding their hand throughout that entire process. If you're not a mentor yet, pair them up with a solid mentor in their local utility. So I have reps in other states, and sometimes I'll pair them up with like Texas or Florida mentors, for example, because I want to make sure that the people I'm bringing in are set up for success and working with a mentor that knows that utility. So making sure you set those short and long-term goals with them. Write it down, make sure you're both on the same page on what those goals are. You have to create that vision for them. And you both have to be wildly committed to helping them reach that vision. And then making sure they're plugged into the trainings. So just a pro tip, I have a calendar invite and I invite every new person to that invite. So they all have JB's link for this training today. They have the Monday at 5 if they want to keep watching the business presentation. They have the link to the consultant training with Andrew Smith. So making sure that they have all of the trainings on their calendar, repeating every week so they don't miss a beat. They're always plugged in. And then definitely just stay in touch with your sales consultants weekly, daily, depending on how much support they need. You're their coach, you know, they're putting their faith in you to help them. So you gotta be there to support them. Some people are at different levels with their sales experience. Some have been selling solar for 6+ years and they may not need a whole lot of support, but you still want to keep in touch with them, you know, understand their personal life, their professional life, and be of value and be a resource to them whenever they need it. And then you may have people who've never sold solar before. Obviously, they're going to require more support and attention. So make sure you're available to them. Maybe set up one-on-one calls with them weekly if they're committed to that. And, you know, at the end of the day, just make sure you are there to support them. You know, take a genuine interest in their growth and making sure they're successful. You have to care about your people. And that's the biggest tip I have for you guys as far as building your organization. Do any of you have questions regarding Octopus or any of that? I want to open it up for some questions because it's very technical. But yeah, I want to hear you guys' feedback.
We had one question, Kiara. Is Octopus meant for just LinkedIn, or can it be used for other?
It can be used for prospecting. I have not used it to find homeowners, but I do know that on LinkedIn, there are groups just like Facebook. So what may not be a bad idea is if you find groups where homeowners participate and communicate, you can export those contacts to an Octopus campaign and maybe title that campaign homeowners. And now your message campaign looks something like, hey, have you noticed your utility bills go up recently? Maybe do some research on the utility that they're in. Again, you can filter out locations. So for example, Edison, their tier 3 is set to hit like 70 cents soon. So you can start the conversation that way. Octopus is really just a way to automate your LinkedIn efforts. Something you would manually do on LinkedIn is now being automated. Do you offer a service that helps consultants get Octopus set up? I do not, but I can definitely do a screen recording on how to set it up. I provided the link in the chat. That's a free trial. You guys have 7 days. I can put my email in here. If you guys have questions, happy to.
You know if Octopus has their own training videos?
They do.
Yeah.
They do have some online training videos. Click the link I put in the chat and you can do a free 7-day trial. How to use Lead Hero in conjunction with Octopus? Great question, Bill. So Lead Hero, basically what Lead Hero does is it is a more premium version of Octopus. So I run Octopus myself just for this training, and I have a year membership, so I still wanted to use it. But Lead Hero is a completely separate program, but the concept is the same. What they're doing now is they're managing all this for you. So all you have to do is respond to the messages. You don't have to like create the campaigns yourself and all of that. How many of you guys think that you would use Octopus in your business or see the value of auto connecting? Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's a great tool.
Great message, Kiara. Hey, do you have you say you have the scripts? Did you put that in line with what you put on each one or what you say? Or how do we get that information from you?
So I think Jonathan's recording this training. The message script for what to say in the message is on the screen share. You could just copy that, just pause the video, write it down. And then when you get to your message campaign, just fill out that exact template. And that's the only template you really need to get the conversation started. Again, there's not too much being said on LinkedIn. The goal is to set up a time with these people to hop on a call. Don't try to build a relationship through text message or messenger, in LinkedIn. Get on a call with these people. That's your initial goal. And something that I do is I have a Calendly link where I just say, hey, book a time with me. And in my Calendly, I have a couple of questions that give me a better idea of what their background is. Some questions I ask in my Calendly form is, do you have experience selling solar? If so, what company are you at now? So before I hop on a call with them, I'm, making sure that I've researched that company, I know their business model, et cetera.
A last quick question. Hey, do you do anything in Facebook to recruit, or is just LinkedIn?
I don't. I just use LinkedIn, to be honest. I should be on Facebook, I'm sure, but it is a lot to manage. And that's the nice thing about Octopus is it kind of frees up your time. Building a sales organization and supporting your team is a full-time job. So to manage that as well as sell on your own and mentor your team deals, I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that balance. So anything you can do to capitalize on your time or offload tasks to a machine, I highly recommend. I'm always very mindful of my time and how it's being sent. So this was something that I knew could be replaced with technology. Love technology, and it's been successful for me. So I encourage you guys to use Octopus to get the conversation started, right? That's all it really is doing. It's getting the conversation started. It's finding these people, connecting with them, and then you hop on a call and you explain the value and build a relationship from there.
Quick question. You mentioned you do the research and check out the company and see what they offer. Do we have anything for the Powur Hitters team, like maybe a spreadsheet or something that shows the different companies and what the strengths and weaknesses are versus Powur?
Jonathan, do you want to take that since you manage
Like
that
the different
account?
solar companies, Brian? I think,
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
no, we really don't have that asset, and that would always be changing and different per each state. I mean, I would just
Right.
work with your
Okay.
leadership to get an idea of what companies are in your area so you can sell against them.
And Brian, you can also just ask them too. You can say, so what does your red line model look like? Does it increase with every new person you bring in? What happens when you have the sixth person come in and the red line's $5, right? So
Yeah.
if you don't know, that's fine. Ask those questions, and most likely they're going to get tripped up, and that's what you want. You want to highlight the issues with their current business model that they're at.
Great,
And then
great way to
again-
phrase it. Thank you.
And there's different messaging that connects with everybody, right? Like if you're going after real estate agents, would you like to add additional income with solar panels? You know, or if you're going after solar pros, are you selling virtually right now? How's that working out for you? So just not always going straight to it, but just asking an open-ended question is my recommendation too. I really like, what do you see yourself doing in 5 years? Do you see yourself still selling solar door to door? You know, I think that's a powerful question to ask there, Kiara.
Really, guys, at the end of the day, you just have to have the heart to help others. We're all here to help each other grow our businesses. You know, we don't always financially benefit from helping others, but you can't think of it that way. We are stronger together. We have to protect Powur's brand. We have to make sure that we're helping each other grow our businesses. We're representing the brand well. We're one team. So just want to throw that out there. Like, you always want to make sure you are helping others, providing the value to other consultants. And that's ultimately what are going to continue to attract people to Powur.
I have a few more tips to share, but do we have any more questions for Kiara specifically?
Pro level. Yeah, Rico, I see your question. The pro level, yes. So what you want to make sure, guys, is that you have the pro level because you have the messenger campaign. Let me go back and see if I recommend. I mean, I think pro is I wouldn't recommend the starter pack because you're not going to get the automated message in bulk, which is kind of the whole point. So if nothing else, the pro plan. Now, if you want to get more advanced with it, like I said, I'm using the unlimited plan. So I have Zapier integrated. And what that does is that allows me to pull all of the people I message through Octopus into my MailChimp campaign and follow up with them that way. And you can export that data to like an Excel spreadsheet. So if nothing else, the pro plan for sure. But there is benefit as you get more comfortable with the platform to upgrade to the advanced or unlimited plan as well.
Adam, you have a question?
I was just asking, like, she said everything was automated and everything like that. She talked about Octopus, but then was using Lead Hero. So Lead Hero is like another step.
So yeah, sorry, I should clarify that. So I'll let Jonathan explain it, but there is a little bit of manual. So there's like different tiers of how automated is something, right? So with Octopus, what it's doing is it's automating the connection request being sent. It's automating those messages being sent, but you still have to go and find those people, import them. That's a manual process you're doing. What Lead Hero does and why I decided to hire them is because I was having so much success with Octopus. How can I scale it even further? How can I now save more time doing that? And that's what Lead Hero does. But you got to pay for their program. So if you're ready to dive in, then yeah, maybe just go straight to Lead Hero. if you're not and you kind of want to build your audience first before onboarding with Lead Hero, Octopus is a great stepping stone. And they'll tell you that too. The more connections you have, the more effective Lead Hero will be.
Mhm. One last question. What's the price on Lead Hero?
I'll explain that right now, Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Octopus is like the starting, and then Lead Hero would be a step up, but we have a training coming on that.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. Thanks,
And I
guys.
put in some basic LinkedIn tips into the chat. That's actually from Lead Hero. So there's a lot of good tips there. Like Kiara said, you need to get your level 1 connections into the hundreds on LinkedIn if you're not already, before you can even, you should really even invest in Lead Hero.
Correct. So this will help you guys get to that. I would say 500. I have like 7,000 connections on my LinkedIn. I have 2 LinkedIn accounts now. So for me, Lead Hero made sense. You know, to be able to connect with all those people and keep it organized, Lead Hero was a no-brainer. But even I started with Octopus. So I'm providing you the training on Octopus so that you're in a position to do Lead Hero in the future when you're ready.
Perfect. Yeah, I have over 5,000 because of Jonathan. Same with Facebook.
So there you go. So then maybe
Nice.
that would be a good step for you because you have a good network already.
Cool.
I'll get into a few more tips here with a few updates, and then we'll open it up to one more Q&A. So Kiara, thank you so much. Stick around here for a little bit. Let me go ahead and share my screen. A couple important updates. All right, so I just wanted to add my 2 cents here. Like Kiara said, I really think uploading video on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram gets me a lot of leads, right? If you guys put videos or explain Powur, record yourself, that is one way to increase your sphere, your connections, and build a team. Reaching back to all your old contacts. What I do is I say, I have a $1,000 referral program or 50% of the commission. Which one sounds better to you? I have a 10-minute video to explain if you're interested in the 50% commission. So really straightforward there. And this is my favorite 10-minute video that explains Powur. So I kind of do a pull away, right, to a realtor. Hey, I have a $1,000 referral or 50% commission, 2-hour training, $49 a month. Which one sounds better? And you just leave it up to them. Make sure to have scripts like Kiara's script or other scripts, type them out and test them out, see which ones are better for you. And I did share in the chat here LinkedIn tips. And one of the things I did was LinkedIn Sales Navigator. There's a few different tools here that we'll be showing you, right? LinkedIn Sales Navigator is like $120 a month. You can search for any company, any time frame, any state, any location. You can send so many messages. You can go add them to your friends. Imagine you just, scheduled 2 hours on your calendar every Monday, 3 p.m. I'm going to go on LinkedIn and find solar pros and send them a message and add 20 connections on that day. Maybe I'll do this Monday and Friday. I literally put it on your calendar for 2 hours. What if you got one solar pro that closed 3 deals a month, earning you $500 passively per deal? That's $1,500 passive per month. If you could just get one solar pro to join, right? So I just want to put this in perspective. If you don't want to do this, no big deal. This is some pretty high level stuff. But even if you just sit on LinkedIn and do some searches and add some people and send some messages for free, that's great. Make it part of your business. If you want to spend some bucks on Sales Navigator, awesome. Or Octopus is another great one here, like Kiara's mentioning. Okay, so Lead Hero that we've been talking about, we will have a training July 20th on Lead Hero. Go ahead and give Octopus a try, but Lead Hero is the next level. You have to do a minimum of 3 months. There's live training calls for 4 weeks. There's training materials in the university, software access, automated campaigns. We're going to go over all this stuff. Support calls, groups on LinkedIn. It is $1,388 for a 3-month program. So you need to get your connections up before you decide to invest in this 3 months total for $13.88 for 3 months. And, here's just some of the tools and scripts that they do and some of the things that you're going to get if you sign up for Lead Hero. So that'll be July 20th. We'll be going over that. There's another person out there. I do not, have an affiliation with Octopus, Solar Rush, or any of these. I'm just giving you guys some tools here. So Solar Rush Academy, Michael Hernandez, he used to partner with Charles Thompson, and one of our mentors, Erwin, really likes him. He has a program here. You do your research and look into this, but solarrushacademy.com for $80 a month. Mostly just education, tips, training, resources. Might be worth looking into for Solar Rush Academy. Okay, a few last updates. We have a sales contest going on still. Championships.powur.live. The scoring or the winners so far, the updated list will be announced tomorrow at the Masterclass Immersive, 9 a.m. Pacific to 1 p.m. Pacific, which is now replacing the CEO call. I'll talk about that in just a sec. So 25 prizes, 5 lottery prizes. You just have to sell a deal to get entered in the top 20 winners, giving away a Model Y Tesla. For those of you that don't know, last year I won the Model 3 Tesla, but I took the cash, the 38K. This year you have to take the Model Y. So you cannot take the cash. Second prize is $15,000. And there's 20 different prizes there. Okay, so future trainings. Today, obviously, Kiara. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific to 1 o'clock Pacific, Masterclass Immersive here. You can sign up on powur.live or go to powur.com. In the menu, I think you'll see Powur Live as well. This is now replacing the CEO call. He should be giving an update on the contest. And we're going to get to hear from a lot of the great leaders in the company, but I'm most excited and proud of Paul Leone. He's an 11-year solar pro, probably the smartest person in the industry. I looked up to 7 years ago, and he'll be teaching on sales presentation and credibility wall. So definitely tomorrow, if you can put that in your calendar and try to listen in wherever you're at. Next week, July 13th, we'll have Spencer from Enphase on battery training, doing some role plays and how to have a better attachment with batteries. And then July 20th, like I mentioned, Lead Hero. Make sure to put that one down. On July 20th, we'll be having a training from Lead Hero as well. Okay, one thing you all know I'm passionate about. We announced this last Tuesday, just giving back. Give back to anything you stand behind. Put that in your slide deck, put that in your presentation, let your homeowners know we make a donation for every solar system that we sell, and connect with your customers and share your why. Why do you like solar? Why do you like giving back before you start your solar presentation? I think giving back should be in the beginning of business. It shouldn't be an afterthought. And I'm going to use these tools to connect with my clients. I'm going to post on social media. I'm going to email my clients and basically share it everywhere. The resources now that we added are going to be put in the chat right here. And just as a reminder, Give Powur is one of the foundations that we partnered with. I will be matching donations given until July 13th. Someone yesterday gave $500, so I appreciate that. And with Give Powur, the top 5 donators will get to go on a global trek to build a solar water farm. And the top 3 sales consultants will get to go on that global trek as well when we hit our goal. And so all the resources and slides you could want, if you like Give Powur or if you like Prosperity Homes, which is building homes in Mexico, are all right there in the Google Drive. There's slides to add to your slide deck. Let them know the team donates, I donate, we support this mission, we build homes, we put solar on them, or we're raising funds to give clean water to people across the globe. I just can't say how much I really think this is just the right thing to do. So try to get these resources here, those slide decks, all the details, all the info and the links to do that. And then for Give Powur, we're going to have a special VIP party, trying to get it at headquarters with Aparna and corporate staff. Anyone that donates 500 or more this year, which is just $85 a month, July through December. So if that's something you're open to, we're going to just have a live party there at corporate headquarters. And the suggested amount is $40 an install, even if it's to your own charity, to Give Powur, to Prosperity Homes. Make that part of your why, connect with your homeowners as you build that referral-based business. Okay, last thing here before we open it up to some Q&A. If you read the newsletter yesterday, the WeFunder campaign is over $7 million. My goodness, it's crazy. The COO of Sunrun invested and joined the board of directors. You know, he's likely bringing one or two other big players to this company. I just think it's a rocket ship with where we're going and what this company is accomplishing and the money they're raising and the tools, contests, platform, everything that's coming. It's pretty exciting. So if you want to invest, there's a short time to do so. wefunder.com/power. So at this time, I just like to open it up to any questions about today's training, any questions in general. And again, Kiara, we appreciate you as a mentor being here, supporting the team. If anyone wants to use her as a mentor, feel free. And let's open it up to some Q&A, and I'll stop the recording.